Have you ever wondered who are the top 5 investors in Rocketlab and how many shares do they hold? I also have a bonus today. We have how many shares do the retail community hold and what percentage of Rocketlab is that? Do retail really move the market? Right, without further ado, let's get into this cracking video. Right guys, we have hit that 2,000 subscriber goal. And as promised, I'm going to start rolling out more and more Rocketlab content. We are going to establish ourselves in this space. Today, we're doing something very similar we done with Archer. We're looking at the top 5 investors in Rocketlab. We're going to get the percentage they hold, the amount of shares, and what is the value of it at today's price. And then we have a bonus, so you're going to want to stick around to the end. We're going to have the same for retail, and we're going to see, does retail really move the market? But before we get into it, smash that subscribe button because we're marching on to 2,500 subscribers. I'm going to waste no more of your time and we're going to jump straight into this exciting video. So guys, as promised, this is exactly how we're going to do it. We're going to break down from 5 to 1 and then we're going to do the retail round. So we're going to break it down with the percentage of Rocketlab held. Then we're going to do the share count, and then we're breaking down the value at $19. I'm fully aware some of you are going to say we've pushed above 20 today, but over the last month, the average is around $19. So it just gives us a nice round figure to work with. So at number 5, unsurprisingly, BlackRock features. Now, some of you are going to be bullish on this. However, I've said it before in my Archer and Majority videos. BlackRock have their finger in many pies. They are heavily invested in the likes of Virgin Galactic, and I'm not sure too many of you are heavily invested in Virgin Galactic, so we know our opinion on that. But I just feel like BlackRock always have to have money in absolutely everything. So, unsurprisingly, they're there. Next is their best friend, Vanguard. Vanguard owns slightly more than them at 3.62%, and that's around 18 million shares. So if we compare the two, BlackRock has 294.5 million, where Vanguard has about 50 million more at 342 million. Then at number 3, this is actually quite surprising to me. We have Deer Management Co. Now look, I don't know why. It's probably because I haven't dived in enough into it. But I expected ARK Invest to be here or hereabouts. No, it's Deer Management Co. They own more than both BlackRock and Vanguard put together at 7.82%. They have 38.9 million shares, and that's a value, if they sold them all today, of 739.1 million. So then, you can all guess, who is at number 2? We have the man himself, Peter Beck. Now, you can't say anyone deserves this more. Peter Beck owns 10.58% of his company. That's about 52.6 million shares. And that does make him a billionaire. So he has round about $1 billion if he sold them all today. Now, did you expect Peter to be number 1? Don't be jumping in saying, no, of course I knew who was number 1. I want people to be dead honest. Because to be fair, I didn't even know Peter would feature on this. I was quite surprised with Adam Goldstein being as high as he was in Archer. But the fact that Rocketlab is more established, I would have expected Peter Beck to be pushed down the tray by the likes of the big institutes. And that's why the top 5 holdings actually quite surprised me how diluted some of the investment firms are. So at number 1, we then have VK Services LLC. They own a whopping 12.16%, and that is 60.5 million shares at $1.15 billion if they sold today. Now, was this the top 5 you were expecting? It really wasn't. I was expecting the likes of Cathie Wood to be in there. And believe you me, I even expected the likes of BlackRock and Vanguard to have a much higher position in this. If you'd like us to do this every month, every quarter, or even once a year, please let us know, because I actually find these sort of videos quite interesting once we dive into it. But I know what you're all here for. You want to see, does retail actually move the market? Because we know everyone says retail don't move the market. However, this figure is going to really, really surprise you. We had 33% of retail holding Archer Aviation. But before we show it, do you think it's going to be more or less than a third of Rocketlab held by retail? So we're going to do it now. Retail owns 28.6%, and that's 142.4 million shares, and that's a whopping 2.7 billion. I was nowhere near expecting retail to be this high, and I would expect the likes of the investment firms to be snatching up shares from retail. So if you're anything like me, you're going to grab hold of your shares and you're just going to keep loading the boat. But that is not financial advice at all. I'm going to do something strange because I'm completely in the way here, but I'm going to move myself mid-video. I want to ask you a question. How many shares has the community combined of Vince is Bullish, Dave G Investing, Matt Money, Scott O, and the Khosla Brothers all put together? If we combine all 5 of our communities, how much of these retail investors are actually represented? Please drop it in the comments below, because I'd really love to do an Excel file of all 5 communities combined and put it all together just to see how many shares is represented by the YouTube community when it comes to Rocketlab. But guys, if you want more Rocketlab content, please smash that like button so we get shared around to more people. And if you want to see more Rocketlab content, make sure to check out this video next.